So today I was doing more thinking of how I can start a cross Canada tour. I've got the idea of a TV show. I want to call it Our Country in Mind, to showcase positive mental health stories going on in Canada, positive mental health initiatives and programs. For example, High River, Alberta, after extreme flooding in 2013 and mental health issues consequently afterwards, they had a tri-rickshaw kind of thing put in. It's a company in Sweden or somewhere, Denmark maybe, that says everyone deserves the right to feel the wind in their hair. And they take people out, seniors for example, or disabled people. They can fit two up front and then someone in the back pedals. And they take them and they pedal around town. The people get to see the older people get to see the houses they used to live in town. They go for ice cream. And yeah, what a great idea. They park the tri-shaw, I guess you call it, at the seniors' home, and they go out. They have volunteer bikers who take them. Wonderful idea. More towns could use that. So things like that. So today I was thinking, how can I start this? So one obstacle, I guess you could say, that I tackled today, or made some headway on today. I'm always sort of tackling it in the back of my mind. I thought, well, wait a minute. If I'm traveling, there are places like, for example, on Kijiji, short-term rentals, and I went looking. There are places that you can rent for $800, $1,000 a month. For example, I found a motel outside Edmonton that rents rooms by the month for $800. So if I get a cheap car, like $4 or $5 grand car, and start traveling, and if I spend, for example, a month at that motel in Edmonton during the day, I can spend each night there, summer or winter. I can do this in the winter. And yeah, I can go out through the day, say up to, an hour away, 2 hours away by car sort of thing, and go and film stuff, film people for mental health, people doing neat things like that, positive mental health stories. Yeah, that's something I could do. I could do virtual talks on internet at the motel room later on in the day or earlier in the day, or my days off, for example, in the wintertime, if it's a snow day and no one's on the roads. I can still do my virtual talks and have internet. I thought before of traveling in the summertime and to save money, stay at campgrounds, but I can't give a virtual talk in my tent because of the rain hitting the roof. If it's raining, it's too loud for a virtual talk. So, whereas, and I mean, an $800 motel room might actually be cheaper than for a month, be cheaper than camping for a month. So, yeah, a bit of an epiphany. I'm always trying to think about how I can do this. I'm also trying to work on my confidence and trying to believe in myself, saying, no, Matthew, like, people need to, you've got things that could help people. You need to be out there doing this. You need to be doing this. Still in my head, I have times where I think, I shouldn't be out there. No one's going to want to listen to me, that kind of thing. So, yeah. Hello. Good evening. So I go on AI, ChatGPT, now and then, and I said, AI, Mr. Man, how can I market myself or promote myself more so that more people in Canada would want to come out and see me if I was traveling around, meet with me, connect with me, hear me, tell my stories. And it had some ideas. It also said, Matthew, like, people, you've got a lot of gifts there. It was pumping myself up, cheerleading for me. He says, you've got a lot of gifts there. I told them what I'd done, like biking across Canada with schizophrenia, and my MindAid website and my donateindigenous.ca website. And it said, there are people out there in the audience who'd really want to come and see you. And I forget that sometimes. I really do. Or not forget that, I don't know, I don't believe in myself. It's confidence, and that comes from schizophrenia too, mental illness in general. It puts you down thinking no one wants you, you're worthless, sort of thing. So there's still some things in that. I don't know, it's, I'm doing normally. I'm trying to do things now that normal healthy people are afraid to do. So maybe it's just, yeah, Anyway, like public speaking. So many people are afraid of public speaking. Look, here I am on YouTube. So, you know, I take steps. I keep taking steps. But yeah, I still want to do more, and it's confidence. Confidence is an issue. So anyway, I was very happy today to think about, oh, wait a minute, I could use that small motel room as a hub and branch out from that in a 200-kilometer radius, say, through the day. And yeah, that would be a way I could start, save some money. If I did this and, you know, I became better at speaking on YouTube and more confident, people saw what I was doing, you know, people may say, wow, Matthew, like, how can we help you do this? Like, here, we'll sponsor a car for you. Voices of Hope in New Zealand, Jazz and Jen, they look up Voices of Hope. They're a wonderful organization, and they've been recently traveling around New Zealand talking in schools about mental health to kids, and they've just posted a photo of their Hyundai with all the deckled up with Voices of Hope logos on it. They're traveling around, and they say, you know, people see their car and they come up to us, they want to talk to us, share their mental health story, that kind of thing, connect with people. And I'm like, wow, wouldn't that be great if I could have that? So anyway, at least I read a book called The Self-Made Billionaire Effect. The authors studied billionaires, self-made billionaires, not billionaires who inherited their money, and they do something differently than multimillionaires. Multimillionaires will build a product in research and development in a lab, getting lab feedback for a year or two, and then put it out into the marketplace. Billionaires, and this is the line that keeps going through my head years since I read the book, billionaires get a working prototype out into the marketplace as soon as possible and get real-world feedback. So if somehow I can get myself in a car and start traveling with enough funds to do it, and show people that this is what I'd like to do, and travel, make videos about mental health. Yeah, I know when I biked across Canada on my bicycle in 2023, doing essentially the same thing, just not my car but by bike, I really just shone. I feel great, I feel amazing. I love going out, meeting people, networking, shaking hands, talking to people about mental health, hearing their stories. Yeah, I was doing some of that on YouTube, and I learned that I really like that, and able to do it. I mean, it took decades of recovery with schizophrenia before I could do that. So yeah. So I may hop back up on AI and get Mr. Man to pump me up more and cheerlead for me, because it's nice to hear that, you know, right now somewhere in Saskatchewan, for example, there could be someone with mental illness, and they themselves and their family are just at their wits' end, like, we don't know what to do about our family member. The person sitting there is thinking, like, I don't know how long I can hold on with this kind of pain. So, you know, I could come in and maybe, just maybe, give a bit of hope, enough to hang on for another hour or two, or another day, or another month, or another year. And AI was telling me essentially these things. So I know AI's got pros and cons to it. Anyway, I use it a bit. What can I say? Here's another walking in the woods talk. Anyway, carry on, my wayward people, and do wonderful things with your lives. Keep fighting. You're amazing. Stay hopeful. If you're struggling, stay hopeful. You never know what tomorrow may bring. I need to take my own advice. I never know what tomorrow may bring. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you later.